Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim, and today I'm continuing my playthrough of Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. Still trying to get through this scenario number 4, Barging In. I've had several repeated failures. The most recent one, we tried dropping the difficulty level down to easy and almost made it, but not quite. So for this attempt, I'm going to try it on very easy, which is the lowest difficulty level you can use. You'll see here they've got now several -1s in the middle column there, and the ×2 has been removed, and they've also got a couple of +0s in the right column. So we'll see what that does for us. Also, wanted to thank one of my viewers, Kai, for pointing out a couple of mistakes I've been making. First of all, and I knew this, I just keep forgetting about it. This ability on the bandit guards, where they get an additional shield 1 for a total of shield 2. That doesn't kick in until after they take their turn. So if I'm going before them, they won't actually have this shield 1 when I'm attacking them. They'll just have their default shield 1. So I need to make sure I keep that in mind. The other thing is regarding the monster movement. I was incorrectly thinking that because this monster is here in this gap here, that these two don't have a valid path to get to me. And so I've been having them move into these traps. Well, that's actually not true. Monsters will path through other monsters because they can actually move through each other, assuming they have enough movement points, of course. So these will actually attempt to come around and through this opening here, even though it's currently, that space is currently occupied by this bandit guard. So that's going to change the dynamic of things quite a bit, I think, as far as how things play out. So we'll see if we can use that to our advantage as well. So the other thing I wanted to mention, I was doing some analysis of just how the turns play out and how things work, like when you use these burn cards. If you remember last time I tried, I used this overwhelming assault, which ended up losing the card. I think on like the 4th round, maybe, just before I rested, I believe was when that was used. So by default, if you don't burn any of your cards, you have a maximum of 9 turns that you can take, or 9 rounds, between, using both sides of the cards and then losing a card when you rest, and so on and so forth. So by burning this card early, wherever it is, this one, I think I used it on like turn 4 maybe. By doing that, I actually reduced the total number of turns that I was able to play to only 6. So that's pretty huge. So you got to take that into account when you're thinking about whether or not it's worth burning a card. Is at least if you do it before the first time you rest, you're going to be losing out on 3 turns in the scenario, which is basically a third of your turns. So I think had I not done that, and just I think at the time I was just debating between using this to attack or using this to attack. If I had just gone with the attack 4 instead, I think I might have been able to get through that scenario because I'd have had 3 more turns before I became exhausted. And we did manage to get them down to 1 enemy. I just ran out of cards, so I wasn't able to continue. So definitely going to keep that in mind here this time as well. So just a little strategy advice there for you, I guess. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and jump in here. I am still going to try the same thing we've been trying. I know what you're thinking. You keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. That's the definition of insanity. But I'm hoping that between the lower difficulty and now playing these movements correctly with these guys, because they're not going to be able to get to me as fast, I don't think, or at least the guard in the back won't be able to. We'll see how much of a difference that makes. I still think this is pretty solid though, because this retaliate 2 is pretty huge. So we're going to do that. We'll go at 17 and hope that the archers do not go before us. They do not. And the guards are here. Okay, well, good. This will be a good chance to represent this then. Well, not exactly, because I'm not going to be attacking the guard this time. But again, if I were to attack them, this shield would not apply because I'm going before them. All right. So we do our move 4 around to this archer. We make this active. And then we do our attack 3 with the drop of power potion. To make it an attack 4. Hey, we got the plus. Nice. So it's attack 5. So they're down to 2. Which means they will die when they retaliate on us, or when they attack us from our retaliation. This comes down. Then the guards are actually going to go next. So this one moves up here. Yeah, I don't know why, now that I'm looking at this, I don't know why I was thinking this guy would move here anyway, because he has a path around through here now to get to me. So, yeah, I was really messing that up. Okay, so they will attack just for 1. And they got the minus, which is -1, so no damage to us. And then they take 2 damage from our retaliation. Puts them at 6. It's right next door there. Okay, and then this one, so they're doing a move 2, so he's actually going to come around this way. 1, 2. And that will then move on to the archers. So this one's going to attack us here. Again, they've got to move 1, but they can't. The only place they can go is here, which isn't going to put any space between us. So they will not move at all, I believe. Let's see what they do to us. They got the minus, which is a -2. Nice. So they do no damage as well, because they were at attack 2. And then they will die from my retaliation. This moves down. The other archer now. So this is a little bit confusing here now. So they do technically have a path through this this way, because they can move through this guy to get in range of me. However, they've only got to move 1, so they can't move onto his space, though. So in that case, would they step into this trap so that they could shoot at me? It's a little fuzzy there on that. I'm going to say that since they have a path that avoids the trap, they're going to try to use that path, but then they're actually unable to because they can't move past this one because they don't have enough movement. I don't know if that's right or not. Kai, maybe you can let me know, or anyone else in the comments there, how this situation is to be handled. Since they do have a path to avoid the obstacles, but they can't move along that path because it's blocked. They can't move onto the enemy. So anyway, we'll play it that way. I think a strict adherence to the rules would do that. Because I think first they determine their path and then they attempt to move along that path, and since they can't, they won't move. So yeah, and they're too far away. They're at range 4 currently, so they're not going to be able to take a shot at me. So that will end the first round. This comes off. We were actually supposed to get strengthened from my warding strength. These flip over, come back in my hand. All right, well, that's interesting now because of the way this guy moved. He's actually set up for my run through. In fact, well, assuming he only moves 1, I guess, which is only 33% chance of that happening. All right, but we're still going to try the run through here, I think, and then what do we do for our next one? I guess we could play this in case the run through doesn't finish him off. They're at what, 6 health? We would need a +1 from that. And then if it does finish him off, we could do a ranged attack instead. Yeah, let's give that a try. And then we've got the wind infused because this is in our hand. And we will try to go at 27. We'll definitely go before the guards then, at least. So we'll definitely be able to poke at both of them. We may not go before the archer, but if we don't, that's actually, as long as the archers go before the bandits, that would actually work out in our favor, I think. All right, let's see what they're going to do. Yep, so they are going first. They are going very slow. All right. So the archers are first, but again, they have a path, but they can't move through it because they've only got to move 1. So I think they just stay there and don't attack us. Then it's our turn, and we will use run through, consume the wind to give it +2 and another pierce. So it's an attack 5 with pierce 3, and we are advantaged. Minus and plus. Nice. Okay. So that will do 6 damage, which is enough to finish that guy off. Then for the second one, it's an attack 5 on this guard now. Also still advantaged. Okay, we got the 0. So we got another pierce, which doesn't matter. But we get 5 on him, which takes him down to 3. All right, and then they are doing a move 2, attack 2. So he will come up in our face here. Let's turn around and face him. By the way, this one gets discarded. This goes back in our hand on the other side. And we will roll for his attack. They have a chance to completely whiff here, which would be nice. Nope, they get the +1. So it's going to be 3 damage. Takes us down to 10. We are no longer strengthened. These can come out a bit. Ooh, I wonder if I should have used that venomous fang on them. I probably should have. It's too late now, though. That would have basically overcome their shield. All right. I think we're on to the next round then, right? These guys move down again because they did another attack. And what do we do next? Definitely not this. I think unstoppable charge. See if we can finish that guy off. And then we've got our move 3 with jump. So we might be able to get far enough away from that archer where they can't touch us. Or maybe we just get up in their face. All right. We'll be going kind of slow this time, though. 54. We'll definitely be able to move up next to us now. Unless they get 64 for their initiative. Which they do not. And they are going pretty quick too. So the archer first. Move 1, attack 2 at range 2. Good news is they aren't able to get in range of us. So that was great. Then the bandits will go. The bandit guard. And they're doing move 2, which they don't need to do. Unfortunately, they are going to get this extra shield because they're going before us. But they're just doing an attack 1. And they got the minus, which is -1, so attack 0. All right. Now we finally get to go. We'll do our attack 4. So we're going to need the, this should have moved. We're going to need that +1 to get through their extra shield. Excuse me, because they're at shield 2 right now, since they did already take their turn. So, come on, plus. Yes. Perfect. So they are dead. It's looking pretty good for the home team here. I feel like I probably could have stayed on easy instead of very easy for this, because yeah, that with them moving around like that really changes things, being able to get that extra hit on them with the run through. course, that was only because they got the move 2. If they had gotten a move 1, that would change things as well. But then they also wouldn't be as close to us. So lots of variables to consider here. All right. But to be honest, I'm just going to be glad to be past this scenario. Let's hope I'm not speaking too soon. That's going to end the round. Or no, it's not. We still got our move, right? So I think we just... let's see what we're going to have available to us next time. This one's going to go in our discard. We're going to have these two. I'm almost thinking we just heal up. Don't do an attack. And then the following turn we'll need to rest. We could do a long rest, so we get to choose which card we lose and heal some more if necessary. So yeah, I think we use this card to just back into the corner here. That's going to put us further away. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we're back here, yeah, either corner would be about the same. So we'll just back into this corner. Then hopefully they won't be able to get to us or get in range of us. Even if they do, we'll heal up some here and then see what happens. So this one's going to go in our discard. This flips over, comes back. And then that's the end of the round. Okay, we have no more bandit guards, so those can go away. Get these down a little more in view here. So yeah, for this one, we're going to go, initiative doesn't really matter, I don't think, so we'll do it this way. We're at 18. They're going to go at 31. So we will heal 2 self, puts us back to 12. And then we just won't do anything with this card. So those will both go in the discard pile. They are going to move 1 and attack 2 at range 3. So they are going to get to take a shot at us. I think I moved that down properly. I hope so. Okay, so they got the 0, so it is attack 2, which is going to take us back down to 10. I don't know. Do we long rest? We've got 10 health. I think we can get by with a short rest and get up in there and finish these guys off. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll just short rest. Get that fang on them so we can get some extra damage on the second attack. So we'll do the same thing we did before. Flip this over and roll a d4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell us which card we lose. And it's number 2 this time. So spare dagger. Make sure that's the one we want to lose. Yeah, it's going to be our overwhelming assault, but I think we'll be okay without that. So we'll go ahead and take that as our lost card. All right. These guys did make an attack, so that means to move down. So we got these all back on their A side. So I think we want to see, the retaliate's kind of risky now because unless they roll their action where they don't move, then they're just going to back away from us. So I don't think that's going to be as useful. So I'm thinking we probably want to get our try to do our run through leaping claw combo again though. So we'll save that one for the next turn. We'll use these two, and I think, ooh, could we push them into that trap? Possibly. So the move 4. So yeah, we could get over here, push them into that trap after we attack them. So give them an extra damage and immobilize them. Yep, let's do that. So we'll do this with this. We'll go at 17. Okay, they're going before us. That's okay. It's move 1, attack 2. Or attack 2 at range 2. So they're going to move up to there to get in range. And then roll their modifier. It's a 0, so it's -1. So we just take 1 damage down to 9. And this goes back to the top. And we will do, not that one, we will do our move 4 with retaliate, which isn't really going to do anything for us, but might as well, right? And we'll just move to there. That becomes active. And then attack 3 with the venomous fang. I'm just going to pull it out because we're not going to be long resting to get it back anyway. So we'll be poisoning them and then strengthening ourselves, and we'll also do a push 2 on them. So it's an attack 3. Did I move that? Is that where it should be? I feel like it should be further down than that. We moved around here, we attacked that archer. Then we attacked the 2 guards with the run through. And then, yeah, we did another attack on that guard to finish him off. That was what we got the +1 on that. So this should actually be down here. So we have a chance to whiff on this. Hey, we got the +1. So that was an attack 3, so 4 total. Puts them down to 3 health. And they're poisoned. And we are pushing them into this trap, so they take another damage and become immobilized. And we become strengthened. This moves down. This comes, whoops, back on 2. Don't want them back up to 8. This flips and comes back to our hand, as does this one. And now we do the run through. we'll use this for the bottom half. Keep this in our hand. So we'll be at 33. They're at 16 again, so they're going to go first. But they're immobilized, so they can't move, and we are out of their range, so they're not going to get a shot at us, which is perfect. We will then use this, move 3, and muddle all adjacent enemies. Their immobilized comes off now. So 1, 2, and muddle them. Hopefully they won't get a chance to be muddled, because now we're doing an attack 5 with Pierce 3, and they're poisoned, so it's actually an attack 6, and we are strengthened. So 0 or plus 2 times. Look at that. Finish off strong with a 12 attack against their 2 health. All right, finally, the scenario is defeated. I feel kind of bad now going all the way down to very easy, because that seemed really a little too simple there. But yeah, like I said, doing that movement wrong that whole time was actually hurting me, I think. So thank you again, Kai, for pointing that out. So let's read the aftermath of our scenario here. You feel quite satisfied with your efforts. Well, a little less so since we had to drop down to very easy, but past the doors, a crowd is gathering to investigate the commotion. At the front is a very large imp carried on a button throne by 4 minions. When you think about it, this imp must not have been shrunk like the rest of you, which would actually make him very small. Capture the intruders, King Button roars. Let's have some fun in the arena. So now we get to play Scenario 5, Button's Arena. We also have a couple of new items at our disposal. This one is a 2-handed item. So if we use this, we won't be able to use our Venomous Fang. Iron Nail. During your turn, add Pierce 2 to all your melee attacks. Well, if we have some enemies with shield, that will definitely be a nice option to bring. Or we have a single-handed, which we could use in conjunction with our Venomous Fang. A Tanglevine Whip. During your attack, consume earth or light to add Immobilize. That could be nice too if we need to keep something away from us to give us some breathing room. So a couple more tools in our arsenal there. And yeah, so next episode we finally get to progress to scenario number 5. So thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And again, if you know for sure the ruling on how that movement should have worked there when the archer was pinned in kind of by their own ally, but did still have a valid path to us, would they still try to move around the ally and into the trap, or would they just sit there and wait for their buddy to get out of their way? So let me know what y'all think on that, and otherwise, we'll see you in the next episode.